Collective. You're the type of person, you don't make retractable statements, okay? You said it the first time, you ain't saying it again. And you said what you said, and you meant what you said. You meant every word of what you said. You said what you said, what you said, okay? You stand 10 toes down on what you say. You stand 10 toes down on business, all right, collective? Nothing you do is a mistake. Everything you do is intentional, right? And your confidence right now is very, very intimidating and piercing. You have like this sex siren type of energy, collective, and you like are so sure of yourself. You know who you are, and this is why like you make when you speak, it's almost like it's law because you're not just talking out the side of your neck. You know what I'm saying? When you speak, you're speaking truth. When you speak, you're freeing other people. You're educating other people. You're informing other people, right? So you're careful with your words. You're not just out here talking gibberish, right? And you're a person who means what you say. You really stand on it. So you don't make statements that contradict your belief. You're not the type of person who talk too much and then have to eat your words later, right? You really stand on business and you're really about that life. So when you make a statement and you speak facts, that's what it is. There's no going back. There's no retracting anything because you felt how you felt and you stand on how you feel, right? Even if like this was about a person or a place and you had like a strong opinion about somebody and it was a dislike or, you know, they rubbed you the wrong way or you felt a type of way or you really didn't like somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then over time you got to know that person and you realize, whoa, okay, I do like them. They're not like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, you still wouldn't retract what you said about them before you knew them or before whatever. You're the type of person that would tell them like, well, I used to, you know, I didn't like this or I didn't used to like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I said this, that, and the third, but you're cool. I like you, you know, but you don't say it in a way that's messy. You're not saying it in a way that's trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Like you are just authentic and honest with people, you know, and you don't feel like you're just so real with yourself. Like, you know, at the time, hey, I didn't know that person. That's why I said that. Like, I don't take it back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you're somebody who's also aware of your emotions and you have them under control now. So even like when people try to trigger you or try to get you to snap, you have this level of restraint about yourself where you know how to control your emotions and you know which emotions to express at the time that is appropriate, right? And so you're highly emotionally advanced and you're intelligent. You really know your emotions, collective, and you're careful with what you say, you know, because in the past you used to be someone who ran your mouth and ended up saying things later that you regret, destroying connections that were irreversible, beyond repair. You know what I'm saying? You've hurt people in the past with your words before. You're somebody who used to have a lethal tongue. You know what I'm saying? You could cut somebody out in a heartbeat and at the same time you could love on them, or you could really hurt their feelings real bad. You could literally read somebody to filth. This used to be you, collective. You really did. So because you're aware of your mouth and how lethal your tongue can be, and you've hurt people in the past and you don't like hurting people, so you're very careful with your words. And you're sensitive in energy and you understand how people like to project and throw triggering words and statements out because they've done that to you before. So you know how it feels to be on the receiving end of disrespect and insults. So because you know how it feels and you know how that intensely it's not a pleasant feeling, you don't put that energy out. You don't do that to people because you know how it feels. So you don't want other people to feel like that, right, collective? So this is why you never make statements now that are contradicting that you'll later regret, because you're aware of who you are. You're aware of the impact that you'll have on other people. And you're just a kind, cool person of a soul. And you don't want to, you don't be out here intentionally hurting people's souls, collective. Like, and I love this for you because this is, like you learn how to trust yourself more when you don't contradict or take back statements. You stand on what you stand on, and it is what it is, and people love you for that because you're transparent and you're authentic. That is needed in this world. People are full of fake, phony, manipulating tactics. We need more transparency, and someone like you, collective, who's so real and raw and translucent with yourself. People love that, right? People love you for it. So keep being you, keep staying real, and keep standing on everything that you said, okay? You don't take back statements because you're a real one. And if you're a real one and you feel this, let me know down in the comments, okay? And listen, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I want you a part of our tribe, okay? Because it's a vibe over here, right? Listen, thank y'all so much for continuing to watch my videos. Make sure y'all like, share, and comment. Love y'all. It's Karkar. I'm signing out. Bye.